Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make an underwater cave house that you can make in 5 minutes. If you enjoy this tutorial, please do remember to hit that like button, as not only would that help me out, but it would also help out our poor friend Steve. He's trying to save up for a new house and he needs a certain amount of likes to buy one. And that is pretty much everything. Why don't I show you how to make this very easy, very useful, underwater hidden cave house. Before we begin building, here are all of the materials that we are going to be using. Please make sure that you have access to all of those and enough of them as well. The amount of space required to make the build is a 7 block by 7 block area. We are also digging 6 rows into the ground, so bear that in mind. Pause the video if you have to, make sure that you have all of those things sorted out, and once you do, we can begin. So, step 1. I'm not expecting any of you to have built this grid, but just in case you have, I'm coming to the front left corner of it, and then I'm counting to the right by 1 and 2. This is the starting position, just in case you have made the grid, although it's really not necessary with this particular build. Dig out a block, and then 2 to the right of it. I then want you to dig inwards 1, right 1, in 1, right 1, up 2, left, up, left, up, left 2, down, left, down 2, right, down, right. Perfect. Destroy the inside portion of what we have left. This is the basic shape that our base is going to be. I am now going to dig down 5 rows directly down inside of the space that we have made. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this. However, I am going to be destroying all of the blocks and not just that first row. If you decide that you would like a deeper base or perhaps even a larger base, then I would highly urge you to do exactly that. If you're just using this video for inspiration, I absolutely understand, and if you are looking for a much larger space, then you can also make this base and then perhaps add additional tunnels and rooms once you are down there. As a matter of fact, if this wasn't a very quick build, then I would also like to do the same thing myself, and I might even make a much larger version of this in the future. I just really thought that this lent itself to a smaller build for those of you that really only want a little outpost to store some of your stuff. So as you can see, we have directly dug down within our grid 6 rows. So now that we have successfully dug 6 rows down within our template, I now want you to come to the very middle of the empty space that we have created and dig down 2 blocks right in the middle. 1, 2. Place a block of redstone with a redstone lamp on top. I want you to place stone bricks all the way around the redstone lamp like this. And I want you to fill the remaining area in using birchwood planks. This is all the way around the stone bricks and then in the 4 crevices that we have in the surrounding empty space. Like that. I'm also going to destroy a block in the middle of each one of the 4 sides and replace that block with a torch. Like this. Nice and symmetrical. I am also going to place a layer of glass. Now this layer of glass is to be placed 1 row down from the top of the empty space that we have created. So not this top layer, but 1 row down. As a matter of fact, we want to fill the entire layer except for 1 block in with glass. Now you might be able to figure out which block that is. It's the very middle. And the reason for that is because we are going to place water on top of the glass layer. And we don't even have to make it so that it's completely still on the top, although that is kind of the goal. But we can just place water, get inside the base, and we can just place water here. And that should make it still on the top of our little base. There we go, perfect, so nobody suspects a thing. And we will be able to just jump into our water, and it will glide us slowly down into the base like that. Very nice job, ladies and gentlemen. We have now got the mechanism to get up and down from our base, and it is now sufficiently secret. I don't like it being too secret though, so I'm going to make it a little bit more interesting to look at. So, for instance, in each one of the corners of the base, I'm going to place some sand. It's going to look a little something like this. Basically, I just want to kind of like mix it up a little bit. I'm just kind of adding a little bit of sand, kind of like joining to the red parts, as you can see, and the sand is basically just its own entity. It's kind of just disguising the fact that we have a perfectly shaped pond out in the middle of nowhere. That's quite suspicious. So now that we've dealt with the fact that the pond isn't a perfect circle, I'm also going to add a little bit of spruce leaves around the edge of the pond as well. Feel free to do this as much or as little as you like. I'm only adding a little bit up there. I'm also going to add a flag and some sugarcane to the pond as well. So I'm going to add a couple of bits of sugarcane, maybe just here and here in those two opposite corners. And I'm going to have a flag on this corner. Why am I going to add a flag to a secret pond? Well, I'm the only one that plays on this particular world, so I can quite happily just plant a flag right here, made out of a cobblestone wall, 3 oak fence planted on top of each other, stone slab on top, and then whatever colour flag you would like, my favourite colour is red, I'm going to place a red wall coming right of this oak fence, and then one drooping down diagonally. You could even like make it like a classic flag like that. And that looks pretty cool. And now that we have removed all of the concrete from the build, we have a very simple, yet somewhat stylish, easy to make, hidden underwater cave house. Our only problem is that our cave house is completely empty. But luckily for us, I do have one that is finished, and I can perhaps show you what it looks like once you have added all of the stuff that you might want inside of the house. So, coming back to the original version of the house, we have quite a bit down here. We have enough room for a brewing / upgrading area. We have an enchanting area as well. We have a bed and chests. We have enough room for a crafting table. And you might also notice that we have enough room for a smelting area as well. One quick tip when you decorate the base, if you plug the hole at the top of the base like this using any block, you will be able to move around it a lot easier. And it will also, by the way, be a little bit safer. And once you are finished decorating the base, all you have to do is quite literally smash that block, and the water will flow and return in the exact same way that it once was. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please do remember to hit that like button, as not only does it help me out, but it really helps Steve out as well. The poor guy cannot catch a break, honestly. If you are new around here, please consider subscribing to the channel, as that helps me and the channel out very, very much as well. Click the little bell next to the subscription button to ensure that you get all my stuff sent directly to your sub box. And check in the card system and the description below for more survival builds like this one. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate all of you very, very much. I'm gonna go. You guys know this by now. I like to jump off somewhere high as I say goodbye, because it rhymes. Goodbye!